Let's turn to the story that's breaking this evening, because just a short while ago, the Narendra Modi government has concluded an important all-party meeting on the growing standoff with China on the border. The Modi government, led by Minister of External Affairs Sushma Swaraj, informed the opposition about the situation on the border. Government sources telling India today that the opposition was told that India is engaged with China diplomatically on the issue. Diplomatic engagements are taking place at various levels. We are also being told that the Amarnath Yatra attack and its aftermath in Kashmir were also on the agenda.
We have heard the detailed account and the sequential events which has been presented by the government, and we have made it absolutely clear, the Congress party and the other parties in opposition, that when it comes to national interest, India's security, India's integrity, then that is paramount and it is non-negotiable. At the same time, the concerns have been registered, particularly to de-escalate the situation and the tension so that peace and tranquility is throughout maintained.
Let's go straight across to Geeta Mohan, our Foreign Affairs Editor. Geeta, am I to understand that the government has told the opposition that we are slowly, in a way now, pulling back from an eyeball-to-eyeball military confrontation and looking for a diplomatic solution with China?
Well, in so many words, yes, Rajdeep, the government engaged the opposition parties on two fronts, Amarnath and Doklam, but it was Doklam where the sensitivity and the nature of the entire issue was really impressed upon the opposition. Many of the leaders we spoke to who came out said that the opposition also stands united with the government on national security issues. So in many ways than one, by sources telling us that by naming Siliguri mentioned 5 times, the Chicken's Neck mentioned 4 times, talking about the sensitivity of that entire corridor. Government of India tried to tell the opposition by raising this issue during the monsoon session or by blowing this up out of proportion, it will only harm national interest. And in many ways than one, Rajdeep, the opposition has accepted on one front, and that's the Doklam issue, where there is a need and there is consensus on diplomatically engaging China on the issue of Doklam.
Diplomatically engaging China on the issue of Doklam is the message that has been sent out by the government ahead of the parliament session. Thanks very much, Geeta Mohan, for joining me at the top of the news with that piece of breaking news. Let me turn to the other big story that's breaking this evening, the big political story, where now we are being told by Janata Dal United sources in Bihar that the alliance with Lalu Prasad is literally on the brink. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has now told Lalu in no uncertain terms that he will sack his son Tejaswi as Deputy Chief Minister if Tejaswi doesn't resign by Monday. Sonia Gandhi has now tried to intervene between the two Bihar allies. Nitish unwilling to bend on Tejaswi, who has been accused of corruption and Benami transactions. Lalu Prasad trying for a last-minute face-saver to keep the alliance afloat. Let's tell you all that's happening in that big high drama in Bihar.
Brothers in arms, this is the rock-solid Bihar Mahagathbandhan in 2015. Now, less than 2 years after coming to power, the alliance is falling to pieces. A week after the CBI zoomed in on Lalu and his family in a land for hotel scam, the corruption taint has hit the alliance hard, and it has now come down to a war of ultimatums between the two Bihar strongmen. Chief Minister's Nitish's stand is clear: come clean or leave the alliance. Lalu Yadav is equally clear on his position. Tejaswi is not guilty and he will not quit. The party will work to make the alliance work.
Primary inquiry has also been established against him. Now he must come clean on it.
हमारे नेता लालू प्रसाद यादव जी हैं और 80 विधायक हैं हमारे पास. जो हम चाहेंगे वही होगा.
The Congress, also part of alliance in Bihar, is concerned as Sonia dialed Lalu and Nitish in an attempt to broker peace. The Congress has reason to be worried. The BJP is making the most of Nitish-Lalu rift, rallying behind the Chief Minister, demanding stern action against his tainted deputy. The charges against the Lalu clan are grave. The CBI claims it has proof against the Yadav family in connection with the private party allegedly giving 3 acres of land in 2004 in Patna to them in return of getting license to run 2 IRCTC hotels in Ranchi and Puri when Lalu Prasad was the railway minister. As Nitish cracks the whip on Lalu, is he rethinking his alliance with the Yadavs with an eye on 2019? With Rahul Srivastav and Rohit Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
So is this really the end of the road of the so-called Mahagathbandhan against Narendra Modi that was built during the Bihar elections? Is it end game? Ajay Alok, spokesperson of the JDU, and Mohammad Ali Ashraf Fatmi, senior RJD leader with me. Ajay Alok, what are we to understand? Is it very clear? Is Nitish Kumar making it clear to Lalu Prasad that if his son does not resign in the next 48 hours, Nitish Kumar will himself offer to resign or will ensure that the alliance collapses? Is Nitish Kumar giving an ultimatum to Lalu Prasad?
See, Rajdeep, when this grand alliance was built between JDU, RJD and Congress, certain things were decided that this grand alliance is going to function like this and this will be all the roadmap. And one thing was very clear, which is quite evident from Mr. Tejaswi Yadav's statement yesterday, when he also said that there should be zero tolerance towards corruption in this government. So everything was set and clear. And in our press conference, we made it very clear that since Tejaswi Yadav happens to be Deputy Chief Minister and is a part of a grand alliance party, one of the topmost leadership, and the charges and the FIR leveled against him by the CBI is something of serious nature. Okay, political answering is fine, but he should come clean with facts and do a rebuttal point-wise. That's what our party expects from RJD to do.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute, Ajay Alok. 1 minute, Ajay Alok.
If you see our track record for the last 50...
Ajay Alok, when in 2015 this alliance was formed, Lalu Prasad had serious corruption charges against him. That time Nitish Kumar chose to align with Lalu Prasad, unmindful of those corruption charges because you wanted to defeat Narendra Modi. Now, 2 years into power, you are using...
I don't understand, Rajdeep, why do you forget? Why do you forget that the alliance is never between two persons?
No, suddenly it is...
conveniently forget this, that the alliance does not happen between two persons.
How come you are suddenly remembering the corruption of the Yadav family? The corruption of the Yadav family is not overnight.
There were no individuals involved.
What has changed?
As Lalu Yadav was convicted, he couldn't have contested the elections.
I want to understand from you, Ajay Alok, in 2015 you went for a Mahagathbandhan. What has changed now? Are you making it clear on this program that if Tejaswi Yadav, because of the charges against him, doesn't step down?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Mahagathbandhan is running smoothly. Nothing has changed. What our expectation from but the running of Mahagathbandhan is not only solely our responsibility, it's the responsibility of all the three concerned parties. And I know and I'm sure that all three parties are equally concerned. And they are responsible enough to accept their responsibility. And if there is a dent in the image of the Grand Alliance, it is going to cost all three of us, because politics is nothing but perception. And in perception, lok avdharna, what do you say? In perception, we have to come clean, we have to present ourselves in front of the people and clear everything, clear the air around us. That's all we are asking. And if you trace our history, for the last 25 years from Samta Party to Janata Dal United, we have always had a policy of zero tolerance towards corruption, and which we have shown in our party also. Earlier also we were in alliance with Bharatiya Janata Party. There also we have shown. So how do you expect us that we should take a back foot on this? There's no question.
You will not take a back foot on this. Fatmi ji, if I am reading between the lines, जो मुझे एक तरह से इशारा आ रहा है अजय आलोक से कि कहीं ना कहीं तेजस्वी यादव को अब रिजाइन करना पड़ेगा. बेनामी प्रॉपर्टीज के जो एलिगेशंस है बहुत ही गंभीर है और आप इससे बच नहीं सकते इस बार. क्या आप मानते हैं कि तेजस्वी यादव को जनता के सामने दिखाना पड़ेगा क्या वाकई ये एलिगेशंस कोई साजिश है या इसमें दम है या नहीं?
मैं राजदीप जी, मैं थोड़ा पहले आपको बैकग्राउंड बता दूं. आप यकीन मानिए कि लालू जी ने जो गठबंधन ये बनाया था बिहार के अंदर, उनका सीधा मकसद था कि जो कम्युनल पार्टियां हैं उनको हराना, और उसमें हम लोग कामयाब भी हुए. महागठबंधन जो बना था बिहार में, अब लालू जी उसी को पूरे देश पे ले जाना चाहते हैं। आप यकीन कीजिए कि 3 साल से मोदी की सरकार है, मोदी जी की सरकार है और एनडीए की सरकार है दिल्ली के अंदर। इस 3 साल में मुकदमा क्यों नहीं हुआ? क्यों आज ही इनकम टैक्स, ईडी, सीबीआई सबका इस्तेमाल लालू परिवार के खिलाफ हो रहा है? उसकी सीधी एक वजह है कि लालू जी ने 27 अगस्त को महागठबंधन जो पूरे देश के पैमाने पर बना है,
टाइमिंग छोड़िए, बेनामी प्रॉपर्टीज की लिस्टिंग जो है, बेनामी प्रॉपर्टीज की जो लिस्टिंग है, उस पर क्या जवाब है आपका? अगर 2014-15 में इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हुआ, 2017 में हो रहा है, वो बात अलग है।
देखिए,
मैं आपसे सवाल सीधा पूछ रहा हूं।
भाई मेरी बात, भाई अगर कोई इस तरह की बात सामने आई है तो अब उसका जवाब हम लोग दे रहे हैं, हम लोग देंगे, कोर्ट के अंदर देंगे, कोर्ट के बाहर देंगे,
तेजस्वी यादव इस्तीफा देंगे।
इसमें बेचैनी किसी को क्यों हो रही है?
तेजस्वी यादव इस्तीफा देंगे।
गठबंधन, ये देखिए, तेजस्वी यादव इज आवर नॉट ओनली डिप्टी सीएम, ही इज नॉट ओनली आवर डिप्टी सीएम, ही इज आवर लीडर ऑल्सो।
But if your leader is accused of serious corruption,
we will say that he may resign, and he will continue.
He will continue.
What you say?
He will continue.
Corruption charges during his tenure as a deputy CM. Can you say any of the any charges against him during his 2-year journey as a deputy chief minister?
Are you satisfied?
If there is anything coming from background,
yes,
if we are satisfied with deputy CM, and this is our decision that he must not resign, he must continue, and if there is anything between Gathbandhan that Mr. Lalu ji, Sonia ji and Nitish ji sit together and resolve it.
Okay, can I bring Ajay Alok on that? Ajay Alok,
they must do it.
Ajay Alok, you have heard clearly from Mr. Fatmi, senior RJD leader, there is no reason for Tejaswi Yadav to resign. So clearly now we are building up, apparently a 48-hour deadline has been given. It appears that the RJD is making it clear, while Tejaswi has been deputy chief minister in that tenure, there is no allegation. This is an allegation from the past, so they are not willing to accept your claim that he must resign.
And when he was a child,
Rajdeep, our party line and party stand is very much clear.
Yes.
And we have said it in the press conference quite clearly that we are not going to make any compromises on the principles which we have followed from our past. And we will remain stuck to our principles, number one. Number two, what we expect? We expect a clarification in the public domain with all the facts and figures, and which we expect that our partner should do. And number three, decision will be taken from our side. When it will be taken, it all depends upon the political situation.
No, one minute. When
but we will take a decision.
That means you are virtually holding your ally on, you are putting your ally on notice without striking against him. Is it that Nitish Kumar is bargaining to weaken Lalu Prasad before he strikes? Is that the aim of Nitish Kumar? Are you trying to weaken Lalu Prasad? What is your aim? Are you trying to join hands with the BJP? What is Nitish Kumar's game? Lalu Prasad once said, "ऐसा कोई सगा नहीं जिसको नीतीश ने ठगा नहीं." Is that what is now going to happen? That the old bad blood has returned? You want to weaken Lalu? Why don't you ask for Tejaswi Yadav to resign right away then?
That's what I'm telling you. I can't stop you from speculating your ideas. You are free to do that. But as far as we are concerned, we are least interested in holding on to power, and because of power we are going to make some compromises or we make some bargaining. No, this is not the functioning of Mr. Nitish Kumar and JDU. If you trace our history, we have never functioned like that.
So there
we simply want that the coalition should run smoothly, and there is an image of a coalition which is headed by Nitish Kumar, which he has an impeccable image, and that's what we want. The image of coalition should be impeccable on terms of corruption, and everybody should come clean on that. That's the only expectation, and where we are wrong in it. Where we are wrong in it.
We will wait and see how this is playing out.
It was very well decided that there should be a zero tolerance towards corruption, and everybody agreed to it.
Okay, I think isharo mein or between what
out, because yesterday only, if you see, if you read the statement,
I've got what you said. I'm running out of time. It's very clear.
He himself said that there is a zero tolerance towards corruption.
Zero tolerance towards corruption has been discovered in 2017. Where was it in 2015? The cynics will ask. But clearly for now, Lalu Prasad has been put on notice by Nitish Kumar. Mr. Fatmi Ajay Alok, appreciate your joining me on my face-off this evening. Let me turn to the other story that's coming in from Uttar Pradesh, where the big story is a massive security breach at the UP Assembly premises on the 12th of July that has sent shockwaves. On Wednesday evening, a bag of explosives was found inside the UP Assembly near the Leader of Opposition's chair. Today, in the Assembly, the Yogi Adityanath government has revealed that the entire attempt was a conspiracy to possibly target the Chief Minister, and it could be an inside job.
Putting hundreds of lives at risk. On the 12th of July, UP authorities went into a tizzy.
When there was a routine checkup being conducted by the district police, they detected this white substance which after forensic examination came out to be PET, and a high-powered explosive which is almost like RDX. It cannot be detected through metal detectors.
The Chief Minister sought an investigation by the National Investigative Agency while pushing for stricter security at the Assembly premises. Even MLAs aren't safe. What about the common man? Asked the opposition.
विधानसभा के अंदर और नेता विपक्ष की कुर्सी के नीचे अगर विस्फोटक कोई चीज मिलती है तो आप इससे अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि उत्तर प्रदेश के लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का क्या हाल है.
Just a day before the entire incident was revealed, a man was held in UP's Deoria for threatening to blow up the assembly building.
मैं विधानसभा उड़ाने का धमकी दिया था.
Was it an inside job? A plot to assassinate a political leader or send a message by targeting the assembly building? But most importantly, who is conspiring against the Yogi government? With Shiv Pujan Jha and Kumar Abhishek in Lucknow, Bureau Report, India Today.
Troubling news there from Uttar Pradesh, but here is more troubling news. Now, we've heard of what I call Gau Atankvad or the cow terrorists. Well, I'm afraid that the rampaging cow vigilantes have often taken the law into their own hands in the last year. Today we bring you one more graphic story of the true face of the self-styled Gau Rakshak, who's willing to kill in the name of the cow. Today we expose their hypocrisy because those who are claiming to turn cow protectors are often beef smugglers at night. This story coming to you from Maharashtra.
Thugs out to plunge India into mob rule. Right to life comes under attack. The nation's conscience stands shaken. Over the past 1 year, we have exposed numerous extortionists disguised as Gau Rakshaks. Our full-blown investigation continues to unmask these criminal mobs. This time, we are taking you to Maharashtra, home to the country's financial hub. India Today's undercover team on Vada-Bhiwandi highway on the outskirts of Mumbai, a route dreaded by livestock traders shuttling between Maharashtra and Gujarat. Patrolled as it is by intimidating squads of the Bajrang Dal, these gangs operate under the umbrella of the Shri Gopal Gaushala, a cow shelter at village Angaon in Bhiwandi. On its website, Shri Gopal Gaushala proudly brags about Bajrang Dal patrols as rescuers of the sacred animal. Vasudev Patil is a leading member of these feared squads.
called Gaurakshan Gashti Pataks. Our investigative team met him posing as beef traders. In this conversation, Vasudev is not in the least bit upset about beef transportation, let alone outraged. Instead, this self-appointed Gaurakshak guarantees a safe passage to a proposed shipment of beef from Gujarat to Mumbai.
भाई वो आपका सपोर्ट चाहिए था थोड़ा फ्रोजन में माल रहेगा पड़ेगा करेगा प्राइवेट गाड़ी तोड़ के लाने वाले हैं पूरा भर के लाने वाले तोड़ के गाड़ी में भर के ऊपर बर्फ रख के कवर करके हो जाएगा ना इधर देखूंगा मैं सुनना के अब आओगे तो मेरे को खाली कॉल कर मैं आके उधर खड़ा रहूँगा तो इधर से तो आएंगी गाड़ी गुजरात से आ रही है वो आएंगी यही रोड से भिवंडी क्रॉस होगी तो मेन अपना तो आपके इधर का प्रॉब्लम था टोल लगेगा हाँ इधर से मैं क्रॉस करके दूँगा.
You heard this key member of Bajrang Dal's Cow Squad, active around the Mumbai metropolitan region. Vasudev Patil ready to offer full protection to a beef consignment.
नासिक हाईवे तक पहुंच गए, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व. उधर तक अपने को हाईवे तक पहुंचा देने का अपना खाली आने के बाद कॉल करने का मेरे को मैं पूरा डायरेक्ट उधर तक पहुंचा के दूंगा फिर आप उधर से चले जाना.
Gaurakshaks in the day, beef escorts at night. Activists like Vasudev operate in secret. Listen into the tips he shared with our undercover reporters.
खाली फोन पे बोलने का नहीं क्या माल है खाली भाई किधर हो फोन पे अभी बहुत ये चल रहा है फोन टैप होता है माल का बोलने का नहीं चलेगा तो आप नंबर आएगा तो पहचान जाएंगे तो बोलने की जरूरत नहीं फ्रोजन है माल है कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं अपने को खाली बोल देने का किधर है लोकेशन वो हिसाब से खाली गाड़ी आ रही है बोल देंगे हाँ बस हाँ गाड़ी आ रही है बोले मैं समझ जाऊँगा सही है हाँ ठीक है डायरेक्ट मैं खुद गाड़ी में बैठूंगा तो टच होने का टेंशन ही नहीं.
No one will touch meat vehicles if blessed by Gaurakshaks like Vasudev Patil. Their writ appears to reign supreme in the region.
हर टाइम रास्ता चेंज एक ही रास्ता रखने का नहीं कभी भी उसके आगे मतलब दूसरे वो बजरंग दल वगैरह वाले उन लोग भी तंग नहीं रहेगा तो बजरंग दल वाला नहीं आएगा ना कोई नहीं आएगा सामने इधर मिलेंगे बैठेंगे निकल जाएंगे.
Vasudev Patil now quoted his protection fee to let a beef vehicle pass unscathed. Quantity determines the price.
माल कितने का एक गाड़ी में तो भी रहेगा 1000 किलो माल में 20 रख गए क्या बोलो भाई 20 का समझते हैं एक दो बार में पहला उसके बाद बढ़ा देंगे 15 लेकिन जो भी है गद्दारी नहीं मांगता है 2 दिन में भाई आपको फोन करेंगे लेकिन इसमें गद्दारी नहीं मांगता है नहीं तो मेरे को मैं आपके साथ में रहूँगा और मैं पहुँचा हम किसी के टच में नहीं ना भाई दूसरा कोई हमारे टच में नहीं.
Now to Navi Mumbai. Here we meet Rajesh Pandey, a staunch activist of the Shiv Sena. By his own admission, Rajesh is an extortionist, attacking meat traders if they refuse to bribe him.
हम लोग तो खुद ही पकड़ लेते थे ना गाड़ी मेरे ऊपर तो केस भी है मैंने इधर ही जला दिया था गाड़ी. क्या बात कर रहे हो किधर इधर ही मैकडोनल्ड के पास में 1.5 साल पहले. हाँ क्या अभी करके कोई था उसकी गाड़ी मैंने जलाया था गाड़ी छोटा गाड़ी था क्या था डीपी था उसको बोला सेटल करने के लिए और नाटक करना प्रेशराइज होता है अपना कच्चा माल.
A damning confession by Shiv Sainik from Navi Mumbai's Kalamboli Shakha. Rajesh Pandey is now trying to strike a deal with our undercover reporters.
On the way. अच्छा
आपको आपसे कुछ छुपाना नहीं है।
बराबर।
बीफ रहेगा और साथ में थोड़ा मिक्स रहेगा, जो भी है। मेन प्रॉब्लम हम लोग को रोड में आने के टाइम पर ही
किधर आपको प्रॉब्लम एग्जैक्ट किधर होएगा?
आला फाटा और फिर जो आला फाटा से आएगा और अपना जो थाने के आसपास।
थाने में जाओ मत ना, इधर नई मुंबई लेके आओ।
Strong arm proponents of cow protection in public, but standing guard over beef trafficking in private. Clearly, the very idea of Gau Seva stands tarnished. With Saurav Bhaktania, Devesh Singh and Mustafa Sheikh for India Today's Special Investigation Team.
And we'll have more on that investigation, lifting the hypocrisy of our so-called Gau Rakshaks by day, escorting beef traders for a price by night. Let me turn to another story that's breaking this evening. Rupa Mudgil, the DIG prisons, the brave officer from Karnataka who exposed the irregularities in Bengaluru prison, has now come out strongly claiming that the Karnataka government is singling her out because the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has issued a warning against her for speaking out to the media. Now here is an officer exposing Sashikala, the all-powerful Supremo of Tamil Nadu, who's in jail in Bengaluru, enjoying VIP facilities, but instead of praising her, she is now being targeted. A local TV channel, Public TV, has accessed visuals, meanwhile, of the stamp paper scam convict Abdul Karim.
Loopholes to hide. I wouldn't have taken this step of exposing, and I don't gain anything by this, and my only intention was bona fide to correct the irregularities in the system. And if I'm targeted, it is unfair. That is why I am saying, here what is prevailing is show me the face and I'll tell you the rule. I think that should go. And my junior officers who are chief superintendents of jails in both Bangalore and Belgaum had absolutely no connection on this issue. He has been speaking to various Kannada channels, taking part in discussions, and also saying that Madam has come recently, she doesn't know rules and such things. Now, doesn't conduct rules apply to them?
Let me go straight across to Rohini Swami for the very latest. Rohini, am I to understand now that Siddaramaiah is defending the indefensible, targeting the police officer instead of accepting that the VVIP facilities are being misused in this prison cell, or VVIPs are misusing the facilities in the prison cell?
Well, to put it in perspective, Rajdeep, now first Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has issued notices not to just DIG Rupa but also the DG Prison Satyanarayana Rao. But they should have taken steps much earlier. It's been 48 hours since DIG Rupa has come out with this damning evidence as well as report. They should have decided that they are going to take action and probe into the entire matter. Right. Rather, they actually decide to take 24 hours before they even actually constitute a committee headed by a former IAS. Now, there are two things that are in terms of lapses. One is that Siddaramaiah is himself as the Chief Minister and the person who is leading the government at that time should through his home department found out that there are such irregularities and taken action immediately. It's not the first time it has been highlighted about the violations, especially when it comes to VK Sashikala in jail. We have also exposed on our channel how visitors have come and gone, and that too, she's not treated like a normal convict. So why is it that the government continues to allow this to happen in prison?
Well said. Why is the government and Siddaramaiah's government, instead of answering that question, is targeting the police officer? We'll keep a track of that story. Let's turn to our Get Real India segment, and it comes today from Assam, where the flood situation remains grim. Floods have claimed as many as 50 lives in the area. Several villages have been submerged, and there seems to be no end to the suffering of the people. The government now has gone into overdrive to try and help relief and rehabilitation.
It's the misery of Assam. An annual curse that visits in the form of floods every monsoon in Assam. And as always, there is no relief in sight for the people of this northeastern state. Over 17 lakh people in 26 districts are affected. Life for them has come to a standstill.
कैसे आना जाना हो रहा है आप लोगों का?
दिक्कत है जाना आना का, लोगों से बुरा से जाना होता है।
मदद के लिए कोई आया आप लोगों की अभी तक?
नहीं है अभी तो।
77% of Assam's Kaziranga National Park is inundated, leaving many animals dead. The rest are moving to nearby highlands. Assam is not alone in its troubles. The toll in the floods and landslides that have hit as many as 58 districts across Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Manipur has crossed 85. Nagaland is the latest to be hit by flash floods. The Dimapur-Kohima National Highway 29 was badly damaged near Kirupema village. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju along with Arunachal CM Pema Khandu undertook an aerial survey of flood-hit districts in the region. Year after year, the northeastern states face the same problems when monsoons hit the country. In the absence of real and effective solutions, nothing changes on the ground, and there is no end to the sufferings of the people. Does anyone care? With Ashutosh Mishra in Assam, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me go to the Chief Minister of Assam. Sarbananda Sonowal is with us. Mr. Sonowal, I know this is nature's fury and there is only so much that the government can do, but this is an annual ritual, and about 40 years ago, your predecessor, Assam Chief Minister Sarat Chandra Sinha, had once said, unable to find a lasting solution to an overflowing Brahmaputra, he had said Assam has to learn to coexist with floods. That was 40 years ago. Are we saying that in 2017 also the people of Assam have to learn to live with the horror of floods, sir?
No, this is for the first time. This is for the first time that after Modi ji have taken over the responsibility of the government of India. So now, in the last 3 years, he has been repeatedly insisting to find out the solution of the problem of Assam and Northeast. So he is taking all possible measures, and he is the first Prime Minister who has directed all the Council of Ministers of India to pay visit to the Assam and Northeastern state, and also to take up the different scheme here in their respective department. So I think this is the greatest decision taken so far to tackle this long-standing problem of flood and erosion of Assam. And I believe this is the only way to find out the permanent solution, and it will give a lot of relief, particularly people living on the both bank of river Brahmaputra in its tributaries.
Well, I appreciate, Mr. Sonowal, you're saying that the entire Union Council of Ministers has been told by the Prime Minister to focus on Assam at the moment. But the truth is that what is happening at the moment are the usual aerial surveys. Kiran Rijiju took one. The other problem is that our reporters are saying that people on the ground are saying that the state was once again underprepared. So while one appreciates that the Prime Minister suddenly has galvanized the machinery, it may be a case of too little too late. Why is the state underprepared every year for floods?
Look, this is a recurring issue, and to tackle this flood and erosion problem, the government of India has decided to dredge river Brahmaputra right from Sadia to Dhubri, because due to the heavy sedimentation and siltation, the river bed over the period of 50 years of river Brahmaputra have come up, and as a result it has lost the capacity of water reservoir. So now after dredging, both way will be helpful. Particularly it would be feasible for water navigation, and also it will help to tackle the flood and erosion problem, because it will minimize the flood problem and also erosion problem. I believe this is the best way to tackle the long-standing problem of Assam.
Now, I understand, as I said, sir, one appreciates this is a long-standing problem, but many believe that the situation has been compounded by the fact of aging embankments, the other so-called protection measures collapsing, and many believe that these embankments that have given way are such that they are actually of poor quality. That over the years, one of the problems has been the quality of embankments, as a result of which when the water begins to overflow, the embankments collapse. What stops your state from fixing at least what is within the control of man, the man-made aspect to these floods?
Now look, like altogether we have the total length of the embankment is 5,000 kilometers. And most of the embankments are quite old. Now after our government came into power, we are taking speedy measures to repair those embankments, to strengthen it with modern technology, so that this particular embankment can play the role of a safeguard to the rural economy and habitation. So this is what we are doing. And particularly in this flood, our Honorable Prime Minister have already directed to all the ministers to pay special attention to help out the people of Assam in this hour of crisis. So he has also assured us full assistance. So that way we are confident that we will be able to tackle this particular problem with merit.
Well, I appreciate your taking the time off, Mr. Chief Minister. The fact is the situation on the ground remains grim. I can understand that the scale of the problem is such that there are no easy answers, but I still hope that in the future, those embankments at least are stronger than they've proved this year. Mr. Sonowal, thanks very much for joining me in our Get Real segment.